podcast start. No! The standard is the standard. We set the standard.
Is right, folks. It is DJ K-Dub Omaha and Coach Negron here on the Prime Time Beef Huddle, where we have a packed show of just promoting who is a part of the Omaha Beef as we're still working that off-season work here. Of course, this show is brought to you by the social media of whoa, let me fix this. What's the bridal? I'm sorry, the bridal company for the ooh, let me turn you up here, Coach. My fault. I turned you down. Spotlight Bridal.
Let me just say something real quick. I just watched you do about 7 things in 30 seconds, and I'm just sitting here just in awe.
Dude, you're hanging out. You're doing what you do.
Yeah, like I said, I'm the lack of talent.
Get out of here.
Well,
Get out of
the
here.
work.
So we have a packed full show here. We got the Prime Dancers.
We do.
You know. We got the Rump Roasters.
That's exciting.
We got a return player, a fave, Dev, coming on.
Can't wait.
But we also have some things that we've kind of worked on this past couple weeks. And what I mean by that is we've had the live coaches show, which I felt was a great impact there at Goose's.
Awesome. Great experience. Appreciate all the fans that came out. Shout out to Todd Walkenhorst, Jason Unger for hosting. It was great. You did a great job. I couldn't be happier with our quote unquote test run of our new location, Goose's Bar and Grill.
And of course, then we had the big news of you guys finding a sponsor that we announced there for High School Player of the Week. And you guys know what Painting, I do.
Cole Scharf.
Yeah, so we appreciate Scharf Painting. And we actually have 2 videos from those that we've already done this week of Coach Negron and the people that he chose. The first one was we got Kip Brigham out at Wahoo.
Oh, yeah. Great kid.
This kid's setting some records out there.
Committed to UNK. You walk through the halls of Wahoo, you look on they have their athletic awards kind of board, Hall of Fame, whatever you want to call it, and he is right at the top in multiple categories.
So, of course, for me, I cover high school football. You know that with Wired Access, so I'm greatly around a lot of these athletes. And when I saw Kip first time, I believe it was last year at the state championship, the kid is just an all-out baller. He is out there for his team 100%, holding it on his back, willing to do anything and everything. So that was week 1.
Yep.
This past week, so like you said, he was committed to UNK, Kearney. Our one for this week is Jet Tamala from Millard South. He had 5 touchdowns to 5 different people. And what I really liked about it is he broke a high school record. He broke a touchdown record for another man. But his 101. So he continues to roll with Millard South as they look to get their 2nd championship in a row. And he's committed to Alabama. I mean,
only time I'll ever say roll tide.
I was going to say, I mean, you've been around athletes and you're seeing some of the local kids that, if we can make connections, you never know what could turn around,
Absolutely.
Right? They go play, they go have their fun, and then they want to come and join the Omaha
Let's
Beef.
hope so. But I think in his case, he's going to D1 Power 5. I hope he maximizes his opportunities. He can come to us whenever he's good and ready. But he's going to Alabama. He's going to do some special things.
Well, and then of course we have our tryouts coming up, Coach. And when you think of the tryouts, this is where we've talked multiple times, and I think what we've really talked about is respecting the game, right? You've got to respect the fact that this isn't just your local semi-pro team, and I don't mean no disrespect because every level's different.
Correct.
But there are some that feel like they could come in and they could disrespect what's going on here. Of course, the standard is the standard. The standard is we're out here to compete and win championships.
Absolutely. And I think, tryouts are special to me because, again, this is not the traditional way to go after your professional dreams. You never know what can happen at a tryout. Our tryouts are no different in terms of, you see a lot of guys now going to UFL showcases and other different things that they can do to kind of showcase their talent, and where they may not have an opportunity at at a higher level just yet. Coming here allows them to build film and continue their dreams. And look, we do it the right way. There's a lot of propaganda and different organizations on how you can pursue your professional career. Here in Omaha, we do it the right way. There's a reason why the organization's been in existence going on its 27th year. So I encourage athletes to come and try out. I'm known for signing guys out of a tryout. Those sessions again mean a lot to me. So October 25th, Iowa Sportsplex West, Council Bluffs, 2 to 5.
And remember,
you don't register, you can't be there.
One of the Omaha Beef favorites came from a tryout. We shared that story on Saturday. Yeah. I greatly appreciate him coming out. Moose, as everybody knows, and he's just one that took it and ran with it. Right, he took the opportunity. He's not afraid to say that he doesn't want to lose again. That's why he loves where he's at, and he's trying to bring up everybody else around him. And I think for a person who is willing to say that he's never won prior to here, he doesn't know what it was like until he got here, and he's proven to who he is. We actually have a video here of what we posted on our social media for the trials, so check it. I tell you what John and Kate do at JK Personal Touch for the Omaha Beef is something we
just want to put a helmet on.
Dude, if that video doesn't get you, I'd get you rolling. I don't know what else does, but we're going to go to our first break as we're going to bring in the Omaha Beef Prime Dancers and let them kind of talk about as they have tryouts themselves. It's coming up. So we're going to go ahead and bring in their representative, and we'll go ahead and start for there.
Everybody, Martin, copy, came to party, grab somebody, work your body, let me see you.
Zoe, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Whoa, hold on. Oh, of course, technical difficulties sometimes. Let me see if I can't. Why I can't. There we go. There we go. Zoe, welcome to the show. We, of course, played your guys' video of your intro last year, your opening intro. So, of course, we wanted to show what it entails to be a prime dancer. One, we appreciate you coming on the show, and you're the assistant coach, right?
Yes, I just got given this opportunity this year. So
congratulations.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Yeah.
So, when you think of the Omaha Beef Prime Dancers and you think of the opportunity, how did you find out about this and how did you start? Because this is year 2 or 3?
This is year 5 for me.
Oh, time is going.
Yeah.
Time is going.
Yeah. I found out about the Omaha Beef through my dance studio that I danced at growing up. We danced for halftime quite a few years, and my old dance coach used to be on the Prime Dance team. So I didn't go to college after high school. I went to go get certificates in healthcare, and so I didn't have that opportunity to dance for a college program, but I knew I wanted to continue dancing. So when I was fresh out of high school, I decided to come and try out, and yeah, it's changed my life ever since. So
when you think of just that opportunity, of course, when you do it in high school, Is there always thoughts of beyond high school? What do you feel like the general cheerleader atmosphere is in high school? Is it more of just like any other sport where you have some that are just doing it to be a part of a team? You have others that are looking for those ambitions beyond in college, and then you have the ones that go, I'm only as good as I'm going to be, but maybe I could find dancing in something else. What did you kind of experience, and how does it go in the cheerleading world?
I think I have a different perspective on it just because I've been dancing since I was 3 years old. So I danced all throughout grade school. I started competitively dancing at dance competitions when I was 12 and danced for high school dance team. So for me, it was more. I always wanted more. I continue to want more. I think that's just the athlete in me. I was a volleyball player. I just think that I kind of always strived for more. There definitely is people just doing it to do it, doing it for fun. But for me, it was always something bigger.
So, of course, Coach Negron, you've been around, you've seen the different dance squads. You know, here at Omaha, we don't only have the females, we have the males as well. But I think they work and so coincide to make sure every quarter they're well represented. Then they do these camps for the Omaha Beef. What is that like as a head coach to just have that support of people that are there to make sure the crowd is into exactly what we're there for?
I mean, it's great. You know, look, you want the games to be an overall experience, right? So I think the Prime Dancers providing game entertainment that's some of the best in the league. You know, I expect, and I think with Zoe and Skylar and what they're going to put on the field this year, I expect the Prime Dancers to win NAL Dance Team of the Year, right? So, you know, the standard is the standard, whether you're wearing a dance uniform or a football uniform, right? So, and so Zoe, I wanted to ask, so what is the competitive juice or nature of the dance team? How does the dance team feel about competing against other teams? Kind of what's that thought process in your locker room?
Yeah, we definitely talk about it every practice, how we strive to win NAL Dance Team of the Year. Every year we try our hardest. We always try to put our best foot forward for that. It's always talked about.
Yeah.
We always are striving for
That's
that.
pretty awesome. Yeah. Oh, I'm excited to see them. They're going to be great.
Of course, you got tryouts coming up. What is that all about? And what has been the experience that you've kind of seen through the years of the changes through the tryouts? Because it obviously only gets better with time, with processes, with culture, with the right people continuing to push forward. What has that been like for you?
Well, I wasn't able to make my first year audition, so I had to go through it through videos. So my first year audition looked a little bit different, and I kind of wasn't knowing what to expect going into my second year. But they definitely, we as an organization, make it something to look forward to. It's not just a small thing that you come and you dance and you try out, it's a whole event. And I really think that that's a cool opportunity for our fan base to get to know us, to come out and kind of see what it takes and how hard it can be. But I definitely think that, you know, it's a really cool opportunity if you've ever danced before, if you're wanting to try it out, just I think you should come. Even if you might not think it is this year for you, come to the auditions, watch the process, kind of see how it goes and kind of make your decision there.
And you're doing prep classes now, right?
We
Ahead of time.
Yeah. So we have a prep class scheduled at the moment for October 26th. It's from 12 to 2. So you can find that in our Instagram bio and our Facebook bio. You can register through there. You have to be registered to be able to come. We do have a promotion going on right now that if you're the first 12 to sign up for our prep class, we are doing a little giveaway.
Ooh, we all love prizes.
Everybody loves
together.
giveaways in Omaha.
I mean, that's the best part of the Omaha Beef Primetime Huddle is the fact that we always try to get interaction. And so when you look at the atmosphere, and I'm coming into it, of course, we put up the flyer. It's going to be November 8th.
Yes.
At this year, it's at Stocks and Bonds.
Stocks and Bonds.
Of course, you know, when you think of the atmosphere and you think of I'm coming in there, what should be some of the things that they should prepare themselves for? if they can't make that first class or the prep class. Because I think sometimes people will go, I didn't make the prep class. I don't think I can make any of it. But that doesn't mean that. Prep class is a helper.
Yes.
But there are things you can learn and prep from that.
Yeah. So prep class is important. I will say we do learn our 2 audition routines at that prep class. But if you're not able to make it or whatnot, if you just send us an email, send us a DM through Instagram, private message, Facebook, we're able to send videos to you if you're not able to make audition. So that way you can start. So that way you can know the routines before. But if you're planning to try out, I think it's important to have a basic knowledge of technique in dance and kind of the basics of each kind of dance style we do. We do a lot of jazz, pom, hip hop. So if you're confident in basic technique and basic wording and what things are called, if you kind of study up on that, I think you'll be putting yourself with a good foot forward.
Coach Negron, you had to hear a lot of good things right there. And what I mean by that is you heard technique, you heard, they're looking for certain things. She's given all the hints to the playbook ahead of time, and they're trying to prepare you to come in again, just like for your tryouts, come in professionally and understand.
Well, I think, look, it's a professional dance team. We're a professional organization. It's not just football. And, oh, by the way, we have dance. The standards and the expectations are the same for both teams, right? So, she talked a lot about preparation, the opportunity to come and learn the routines ahead of time. I think if you take your craft seriously, and this is the same way I feel about football, if you take it seriously, then you're willing to put in the work, to be on the team. So it's exciting. I'm excited at the direction that the team is going. I happened to be at a organization meeting last night where it was talked about. And I'll obviously be at the dance tryouts to support the team. I know nothing about dancing other than that my daughters do it. But
just know he's on like regulations right now. He can't chest bump. He can't be that football coach that's like, let's go and cheer you up. He's just gonna walk and clap. He'll make sure that clapping hands ready.
But no, I think that again, the reminder has to be that this is professional, right? Any dance team or football team where you're compensated for what you do lends to the fact that it's professional. That's the ultimate definition of professional.
So, of course, we'll ask you this to get you out of here on 2 questions. The first one is, what's been your favorite part of this whole Omaha Beef Prime Dancers? And then also, could you just go through what's going to happen at these tryouts so these girls can kind of understand the process, whether it is registration to blah, 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 if you have a similar timeline, so they can kind of understand that it isn't you're going to come and just dance right away. We want to kind of paint a little picture so they can have a little bit of it for November 8th.
Yeah, of course. I would have to say my favorite thing about the beef organization, since this is going to be my 5th year, the family. I mean, you come in, you're expecting, you're just here to dance or play football, but you don't understand that it's a family. We will do anything for each other. And I really liked how, everyone is so close and it's just a family. And I love that. But to go into auditions, kind of the rundown is our prep class is October 26th. You can come learn the 2 audition routines. At the end of class, we'll have kind of a seminar talking about auditions coming up, answer questions, but kind of what the day will look like for November 8th tryouts. You'll come in the morning, we'll do a mock audition, we'll run the dances, practice, kind of walk through what the audition will look like. And then you'll come back that night for auditions. We typically start out the night by going around greeting fans, talking to families and whatnot. And then we'll do an introduction series where they announce your name. You'll get to show off kind of your style, some signature moves you may have. And then we come out, we do an on-stage question. You'll be dancing in groups of 2, an on-stage question, and then you'll go into your first routine, You'll walk out. You'll be able to get ready for your second routine. So you'll get called back out for your second routine. And then we have what we like to call our rose ceremony to announce the team.
Sounds like a Bachelor
That's
episode.
serious,
Yeah.
man. That's serious.
Yeah.
All right. So what should they wear? How should they attend in that fashion?
Yeah, so if you register for both prep classes and auditions, you'll get sent an email. It will have everything, all the details in it. But typically, we like to say dress in all black, more form-fitting clothes so we can see your body type, how your body moves with different dance styles. And then normally for our hip-hop routine, we like to do a pop of color. So black with a pop of color. But if you decide to come to prep classes, it's always kind of nice to dress in black, just for that knowledge of what we know what your body looks like when it's dancing.
Man, she gave all the details. If you can't know what you need to know to be a future Omaha Beef Prime Dancer, you're not paying attention. So make sure to check this out, or even share it with someone you might know.
I do have some good news for you, Zoe. I want to make sure I let you know so you can let the team know. But now I guess I'll let everybody know because it's live. We're in the process of renewing the dance team's partnership with Andrea Malecki, State Farm agent, and her Jazzercise studio. So you'll be practicing again.
Let's
I'm
go.
excited about that. Obviously, we're working with Spotlight Bridal for them to come back again for the 2026 season. But I will say that, we have lots of opportunities. If you're a business that lends more towards the dance team than the football team, that's okay. We can bring you in. We can tailor a partnership so that you can rock with the dance team for the whole season. But shout out to Spotlight Bridal and Andrea Malecki for, committing to the team for 2026 as well.
Well, once again, we appreciate the Omaha Prime Dancers. Up next, we're going to go with the Rump Roasters. We'll be right back. All right. We're gonna have to scoot him in a little bit. They decided to come in with 3 of them, and that's okay. Once again, it is the Prime Time Huddle, and I'm your host, DJ K-Dub Omaha. Today, I have the Rump Roasters. I'll let them do their own intros. Go ahead, Jason. Start with you.
I am
Scoot up. We're
I
good.
am Utters. I've been with the Rump Roasters for 5 years now.
All right.
I'm Biggie Meat, and I've been as well for 5 years.
The
Let's
man, the
see.
myth, the legend. Can you even count this high?
I don't think so. I was trying, but my voice is catching up with me finally. I am B Strip, aka Calvin. I've been a rump roaster now. I'm coming up on 22 magical years.
And for those that don't know, the Rump Roasters have been around for 24 years. So that means he's only missing 2 of the years, 24 years. And then, and sorry, I should have also announced that the Prime Dancers have been around. This is their 19th season. So I don't know if you're noticing, but we got 27th season for the Beef, 24 for the Rump Roasters, 19 for the Prime Dancers, and it just does nothing but get better. But I think what people don't understand, of course, I shared some of your guys' dances, the good old Willy Wonka, good old cow. And then we shared the picture of you guys with your stomachs, not stomachs hanging out, dressed up as girls. And then we shared what you guys do at our watch parties. I think people don't understand how important it is, one, to not only be a part of something, but be a part of something that's bigger than you. And then what I mean by that is every chant matters. Every person around you matters. And you guys do a great job of going in the crowd, making sure that people know that you're there, one, but also show some of these kids how to really cheer. And I think, Calvin, of course, you always somehow find me on the end zones. You just like to hang out there. And what has it been for you? And kind of how did you even get started with the Rump Roasters?
Just from another person in the chat that we were going through, Keith and Peppy, if you say hi to them in there and all that, but it was actually just a tradition. It was like something where they said, hey, come out to this game. And you could tell by the people and the energy you have, because that's who's going to make the difference when you're in the crowd. We have different traditions and different people that want to bring that excitement to the game. And that's what like each of us brings. And it's not just one person. Like I can find somebody in the stands that's a kid that's half my age that just knows what he's doing. And he's just out there having a good time. And that's kind of why I've been doing it for so long, because the fans, the people, all you that are in the chat, it's that reason. Like if they don't tell you that, you know it is. And that's what brings me back every year because of all of you.
Big E meat. Well, you know, I mean, don't judge the names, okay? What has it been for you? I mean, 5 years, but of course, you know, then you make a big decision to also not only be a part of the Rump Roasters, you decide to, you know, I think propose to someone as a Rump Roaster at the Omaha Beef game. And that to me is a special moment. Send a shout out to Paige, you know, your fiance, and what has that been for you? And how did you get caught up with the Rump Roasters?
Oh, well, you know, I had a cousin in it. He was back when Calvin's starting age, and went to beef games back at Civic Auditorium. Came back after 2021 to come watch the games here, and fell in love with the Rump Roasters and decided to join. And it was a lot of fun. It's always fun with these guys.
And then when you think of even the proposal, like what made that special, and doing it in front of people that, like he said, your family, everybody around you, and you had the people that you like to spend your Saturday nights with?
Well, most people might or might not know I met her through the Omaha Beef after one of the games, went to the after party, and me and her hit it off.
Ooh, after party. You know where that is. Winchester's. That's right. That's right. Man, I like that. Jason, go ahead. I mean, you've been around for 5 years. How did you get started, and what's kind of been your passion behind it?
Well, I've been a fan for quite a long time. I've had front row seats and things since way back in the Civic days. I was approached a few years in a row by our good old friend Moose, rest in peace, telling me I should try. And then finally, the last time, Crazy Carl said, hey, you really should try. You should put some interest in. I did it. Haven't looked back. I absolutely love it. I love the interactions with the fans. One of the best things to do is when the little kids come up to you and say, hey, you're my favorite, give you high fives. It's just, it means a lot.
Well, I mean, I've of course experienced multiple things from the outside looking in for you guys. I experienced at the watch parties where you guys have one of your people that are supporting you win something, a football, and there's a kid there. And I've watched you guys provide that football to that kid who might not ever win anything, but you could tell in his face he remembers. He asks all of you to sign it. And I think it's just bigger than the game, right? Those are the moments where all we're out there doing is hoping to continue to make other people understand that the Omaha Beef are here, because there's more times than less that I've heard they're still around. No matter what we've done, they're still around, but you guys help push that forward by trying to find the next generation and those fans. Of course, you know, what does it take to be a Rump Roaster? Jason, I'll let you kind of start, and then we'll move it over here to Calvin.
Well, I would say you have to have some courage and get some get out of the shyness. I was one to start that way, super shy. These guys kind of broke me out of my shell. So you got to come in, maybe not be so uptight as I was. You know, have a little bit of backbone and just have fun. Love to interact with the fans and look for a brotherhood, because that's really what we are. You know, just, I mean, that's really it for me, is just I enjoy the brotherhood.
Calvin, for you, what does it take to be a Rump Roaster, and how can, I mean, because I know you've told me, and you may not have. We'll get back to Big E Meat. Don't forget, we're going to get to him on something else. But
Mike could take 5 minutes. Though.
No, yours won't take 5 minutes. But for you, what I want people to understand is people don't stay in it forever. You've talked about you don't know when, or there'll be some day that you're going to say, I'm going to retire from it. We need those next generation people that want it just as much. How do you get about, and how do you get people to understand that they could be a part of that with you?
It's really just comes down to your mindset. And I feel like Jason made a good point of it, and probably Eric will say the same thing. It's the unique part of what you do. It's what the actions are when you do. There are people in the stands that they want to bring that next level to us. And I always tell them that's going to be the next level. Those are going to be the people that take over what I would do and stuff. And the thing is, the fans are going to be there every game. And like, I would consider them Rump Roasters no matter what day of the week it is. It doesn't matter if you're a little kid that's 6 months to a year old, or you're 75, 80 years old in a walker coming out and you're doing what you're supposed to do. The energy is going to be there. Your personality is going to be there, and the vibe's going to be there. And that's what matters most. Is it doesn't matter what age group it is. If you know how to bring yourself and bring the energy to it, it'll be there. And that's why I think that's the big thing.
Big E Meats, I'm going to ask you. I mean, we got fans out there that might want to reach out. What's the best way? Is there tryouts like when it comes to football? Is there tryouts when it comes to the Prime Dancers? I mean, we've already talked about tryouts. What is it for you guys? Because you guys do things all year round, because you're a part of the community. And I think those are things that people forget. It's not just Saturday nights. There's a lot of Saturday days. There's a lot of Friday nights. There's practices, but people want to be involved. How do they get involved?
Well, we don't really have a thing set up for fans reaching out to us. We do have a Rump Roaster fan page. You can reach out to us there. But if you want to join, reach out to the Omaha Beef and reach out to the front office here, and they'll pass you on to us, and we'll reach out to you and go from there. I mean, we are a brotherhood. It's not just a decision of one of us that makes a decision if you make it in. We all have to agree. We all have to see if you vibe with us, if you pass the vibe check, or we're a brotherhood. We're defensive of our group, but we will gladly and enjoy more people to join us, because we want to set the next generation, as well as we love getting the crowd nice and loud, and it takes a lot of us to do that.
Jason, of course, you're in the off season, as some would call it. What are some things that, if I was to join, I should know about your guys' off season? What does it consist of? What's some of the events you guys go to? I know that I was involved with the Ralston Parade with you guys. I greatly appreciate everything you guys did there, handing out candy, letting these fans know that we are here as a family.
You hit it on the head there. The Ralston Parade, but we also do diaper drive. We get involved, help collecting diapers. And sometimes we just do events as brothers together too. We have our off-season after party as groups. We all get together.
I know that was the same day as our live show. I know. I heard it was our same one when we were down at the taco place doing that show. They weren't there because they had their get together, and that's okay. That's what I love is you guys are able to interact beyond the game. And I think that's what sometimes people have to want. And when they find that group, they want to be a part of it. Calvin, of course, what does it take to be in season? What's some of the things that maybe fans don't realize you guys do? What's a lot of the behind the scenes? Because once again, I know coaches talked about it. I know Ricky's talked about it. We've talked about it. Production is everything, and you guys are a part of it from the beginning all the way till the end.
It's a lot of mentality, and it physically, like I said, I'm not going to the gym 5 days a week. We know this. And the kicker, I know, laugh it up. Okay. The point of it is the mentality when you come into this arena, when you come inside and you want to know what your expectation is, it all changes like a switch. One of my favorite movies is, like, if you ever seen, for us old school people, the movie Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone. And he goes, it's like a switch. You turn your hat around, like when this headband, these glasses, everything comes on, it's game on. Like, there's no expectation. So it's definitely a mentality. It's not like something you can just practice 365 days a year. It's a switch. Once it goes, you're in, and then you turn it off and, hey, we're at something. We're just doing an everyday thing.
Eric, what is the pregame for you guys? I know you guys come in, you guys set up some of the banners. You guys have responsibilities. What's some of those things that people might take for granted that you guys are a part of in the day-to-day basis for the Omaha Beef on that side?
Well, you pretty much said it there. I mean, for the most part, we help with banners, and as most of you guys see on game day, we help with the promos. So getting those set up, moving cars around, getting cars set up. I mean, it's a full Saturday of helping out, making sure we're ready for the game show, for a Saturday night. Got to make sure everyone's entertained, even if players aren't on the field.
Jason, I'll go to you with this one. What has been your favorite dance so far that you've been able to do? I mean, you said, hold on. What I love is you said one thing that, and I'm continuing to pull it out of you. You know, I mean, you've been around me a couple times, whether it's doing a promo for our Super Bowl party, we'll be doing that again. Our NCAA party, we'll be doing that again, or even just a pre-game show. What has been kind of your thing that you've loved about the dance? What's been your favorite dance so far?
I've got a couple of them. Probably Dirty Dancing was one. That was fun. And then when I was talked into becoming this Daddy Warbucks, I was going to take this off. I shaved my head. So those would probably be my two. I mean, and then, yeah, I would say those two for sure.
All right, Big E Meats. What's your favorite?
Oh, that's hard to say. I mean, we've had a lot of good ones, you know, from Beetlejuice to why am I blanking now? Grease.
Okay.
And what was we do? The Boots Were Made for Walking. That was definitely a fun one. Had some coworkers here, and I work in a blue collar trade, so they love making fun of me for that.
Because you can't be comfortable. You have to be very uncomfortable to be.
You are far from comfortable.
Well,
I don't know how women do it.
The one that takes the cake is over here is Calvin, man. I've seen this dude do it all, but he does it for what he said. It's that switch, that turn, that he's not afraid of what he's about to do, who he's going to do it in front of, and where he's going to go for there. Calvin, what has been your favorite? I mean, 19 years is a long time to remember all 22. My bad. 22 of the 24. Sorry, the girls were the 19. 22 of the years. What's kind of been your favorite thing and thing that's kind of kept you around?
Like I said, dances are everywhere. I'm gonna make this an informal shout out to Zoe and the Prime. Like, we want to be ready for any of the dances you want to join us with. We're fair game for it. And one of the dances we're doing is one of my favorites was back in the day. It was we did a song by Poison, and I want to shout out Sam. Sam, you know where you're at, and she was amazing. She taught us as a dance and a lot of those. A lot of the other dances. One of my other favorites, a lot of people said the Top Gun one was good. Thank you, Alicia. I saw that. But like, my favorite is the one we did a construction. We had shovels with all of our numbers and stuff, and we were all calling out the moves. We're like hitch, throw, and we were doing it, and we had cones and everything, and I will never forget that one. So those are my two favorites.
There was one. I just noticed a comment. I didn't tell the fiance I was going to shave. She's never seen me shaving. And I think it was for Annie. And she came in and I pulled down the face cover I had, and she saw, and I got a dead stare for 10 minutes straight.
I know how those goes. I've done this. I've tried to shave it up, and my wife's like, you look like a little kid. Don't ever do that again.
That's what I was told.
He turned from Big E to Little E. Well, guys, I appreciate it. I appreciate you being able to share your story and just let fans know you can join the Rump Roasters anytime you want to. You could be a part of everything they do. Remember, there does take some extra activities that you do outside of game day. But if not, and you just want to be a part of them during game day, don't be afraid to join whatever they're doing, whether they're hitting the wall, which is always Colin's favorite thing that I always see him doing, making sure he's hitting the wall, or just being that loud voice, because they always say we're piping in stuff. This is the only time we're piping in. Everything else is all us.
90% of the day.
And I think we've slowly added these past couple years. Obviously, you got the DJ. We've had him on next one who does his part. They've given me a mic, which is always trouble, because then it just turns you guys up another level, because then you guys are able to join. But I appreciate everybody on here that's checking out the Rump Roasters and sharing your messages, because it means something. And we'll give a shout out to Peppy. He says his favorite was the safety dance, or was that the one that he was talking about?
He was the one that was mentioning this in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Peppy. Also, just one final shout out for us guys. Make sure you're seeing some of us wear pink. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, guys. So make sure you're supporting your fellow members and anybody out there. So make sure you wear pink, no matter what day of the week, month it is.
All right. Well, let's give it for the Rump Roasters. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to go with a quick commercial here. You might have seen it on Saturday, and then we're going to bring in our player, Dev, to the show.
It's pretty simple. We change oil. As a single parent, I come here because I trust them with my car care needs.
It's been very good, very fast. I've never had to wait.
They've never tried to upsell me, but at the same time, they have always given me options.
It's great customer service, very friendly staff, and it's really fast and easy to get in and out.
Stop by King's Fast Oil today. We change oil with a smile. I love these guys.
That's right. That's right. We have Dev Conliffe,
Big Dev,
on the show. All
Hey,
the
Dev,
way
coach,
from
what's up with it?
Hey, I had to come up with something. I had to get that signed, the official signed. We appreciate you joining us. There's a lot out there watching.
Dude, look at this dude's hair, man. Look at
Hey,
his hair.
I knew you were gonna say something.
Dev, look at you. Oh, it's great. How you doing, kid?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Well, Dev, welcome back to the Omaha Beef. Of course, you've had a lot of journey for yourself. You played some college ball. Go ahead and just talk about how a player can go from college ball and find those opportunities like the Omaha Beef, and what's that been like for you so far?
So my journey definitely has been a long journey. I started off at Ohio Dominican, small D2 in Columbus, Ohio. Then I did about 3 years there. COVID happened. COVID year was a tough year for everybody. So I ended up transferring to Notre Dame College. It was back at home. Had children at the time, so it was better financially and situationally for me. So ended up going to Notre Dame College. Did good, balled out. Got a chance to have my pro day at Kent State in Toledo. Did good there. Heard from a few scouts. Didn't get the chance to actually get invited to any camp advice, but that's okay. But I actually got into this indoor thing by Coach Tate Brooks, who actually will be able to get the go against this year. He contacted me and offered me a contract at Billings. Good thing I didn't go there, and eventually got into this thing with Omaha first year with Coach Kaiser and Coach Tatum, and did some good things that year. So and ever since then, I just always had a love for Omaha. And I'm glad I found my way back here with Coach Negron this year. And we got some unfinished business, so I can't wait to get to it this year.
You talk about that first year with Coach Kaiser. What do you remember about coming into the organization then that you have seen now has kind of grow? Because the organization, like any other organization, there's changes. And you as a player, every change affects you. And you got things you could do. You can ball up and say it's just me and who cares what's going on there, or you can take each one and learn from each one as the different coaches, and then obviously the different front office workings, because things have done nothing but grow these past 5 years.
Right, you're 100% right. It definitely just grew, and one thing that didn't change was the family aspect. Although the coaching changes might have happened, the family aspect of the organization that still was there, and whether that's from the fans or just the team, I call them team moms. We had team moms in high school, and that's what a lot of those fans feel like team moms out there, because when we out there away from our families and we still got those people that we can depend on, that we know that can honestly do whatever for us, but just because they love us and love the game and love the Omaha Beef. So that's really the aspect that didn't change. But on top of just getting to know different coaches, like as you said, it's been a lot of coaching changes, but one thing I do know is you got to adapt, whether that's to new players, new coaches, new organizations, new front office. You always got to adapt, and that's one thing I'm big on. And I was able to adapt to Coach Negron really good. That's why me and him real good guys. So that's my guy. So I'm just glad he's here and he found his way here, and I hope he got a home here, because it's my home.
Negron, hopefully you got a home here.
I'd like to think so. Yeah, I love it here. And look, I'm going to say this about Dev. So when I got here in April, I'm pretty sure he was the first player I met in the lobby of the hotel. And we just hit it off from the jump. Look, I am not the easiest coach to play for. This kid gets me more than probably anybody. He knows what the expectations are. He knows how to talk me off the ledge. Coaches have ledges too, man. So Dev knows how to keep things calm when I need him to keep things calm. And the biggest thing about Dev, from a football standpoint, when I need a big play, Dev Conliffe is a guarantee. I would put his hands up against anybody's hands in this league or any other indoor league. I say that confidently. He does not drop footballs, period. And he's also a very elite route runner with deceivingly fast speed for a guy his size. So from a football standpoint, look, I'm glad he's coming home to Omaha. I want that all the time. But for anybody listening that at the elevated levels, UFL, CFL, if you want a dog in your locker room, you're more than welcome to call me, and I will help you bring Dev to that. He's ready. It's a blessing.
Thanks, Coach.
Now, from a person standpoint, a character standpoint, he represents everything that we want in Omaha. He's a great father. He's a great person. He cares about his teammates. He cares about his coaches. He cares about the fans. He doesn't turn a fan away. He will stay and sign autographs all night long if he has to. He has an appreciation for the game, but he just has an appreciation for life. He is a absolute representation of the organization. It was a no-brainer for me to re-sign him. In fact, I think he's the first person I re-signed when I was allowed to re-sign somebody. So look, I could stay on the show and rave about Dev Conliffe all night long.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Just watch what he's gonna come do. Just watch.
So Dev, you got Coach here talking, but you also know that you've had quarterbacks know that they are blessed to have you as a wide receiver. How has that helped your game throughout the years, and just do nothing but constantly look to grow yourself in the game?
Honestly, I look to grow every day as a wide receiver. I like to grow every day as a person, just period. But as far as the football aspect, I know coming into any team, it's going to be quarterbacks, one quarterback, two string, third string, and whatever quarterback I'm getting reps with, I know for sure I got to have a connection because it's next man up at any time. So when it comes to quarterbacks, I just try to pick their brain, make sure we have a good connection. That way, when we on that field and it's next man up, we hit it right on the money.
When you take a quarterback like Tommy Armstrong, what was the number one thing that you learned to be a teammate of him that helped you grow individually, but also outside the game? I think if there's one thing that a quarterback of him, and then of course Zoe as well, because they both brought nothing but the greatness of what they have done in the indoor league to this team, but they've also led by leadership by action, right? Like you could very easily get upset because you're not playing a position you want every time, or you have to step back because maybe you're not having the game. But I think as those leaders around you just did nothing but amplify what it means to be a part of the Omaha Beef.
Yeah, for me, it was just being coachable. Knowing those two guys are honestly legends in this indoor league, in my opinion, Hall of Famers. Just knowing that they've been here before and have the experience, it's just being coachable for me. Just listening to the spots they want me to be in, how they want me to run certain routes, when I could sit my route or when I could beat man coverage and honestly just go win and score a touchdown. So honestly, just listening to them and making sure that I'm not stepping on their toes and kind of being a diva. As a receiver, I like to make sure I'm on the quarterback side at all times. Even if it's a bad ball, I go tell the quarterback, it's my fault, it's my bad. I got to be in that spot. So for me, it's real easy because those guys really came in to Omaha and did great things. And like I said, those guys are Hall of Famers, and we go definitely miss them. But I'm excited to get back with these quarterbacks this year too.
Dev, talk to the fans a little bit about, because you have connections with Demery going back to the IFL. Talk to the fans a little bit about Demery Croft and kind of what your expectation is in forming that connection with him.
So Demery Croft actually played at Quad City with me before I came to Omaha last year. And like I said, a next man up guy. He was behind DeQuan Neal, who's a great quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the IFL in my opinion. But he was behind him, and once he got hurt, Demery got his opportunity and he shined. He did his thing. So that's a guy that I definitely am very confident in that we can go back to the championship and get the job done with Demery Croft 100%. Dual threat.
Of course, this last year was very impactful for you. You had to be a leader both on and off the field. What do you remember about having to help get the Omaha Beef culture to match what your coach Negron, like he said, you were one of the very first ones he connected with. What do you remember about that as a player side? And what did you do differently that maybe some players didn't always quickly grip to?
So honestly, so first when Coach Negron came, obviously new coach is gonna be new play calls, new formations and stuff like that. So as a offense, a lot of guys were just not really with it. They wanted to go back to the old stuff. But like as a leader, I just honestly told those guys like we gotta lock in. We're professionals, so we got a new coach. This is what the job. This is what we gotta go do. We gotta go execute. So at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, we gotta go get this job done. And I'm glad I instilled that in a lot of the receivers and some running backs. And I definitely had help with Tobias Taylor. I said Tobias Harris. That's an NBA player, but Tobias Taylor, he definitely helped get the offense together along with Tommy and Zoe, and definitely just instilled that upon our offense. Like this is the way. Trust it. Coach Negron knows what he's talking about. As long as we do what he says, we're gonna get the job done.
Of course, this year, it didn't end the way that we wanted it to, but there was a lot learned and a lot to prepare for this next year. What was it like when you got that call from coach and saying that he wanted you back for the 2026 season, knowing that you are the caliber of player that you are, but doesn't mean that it's always an open door. Those are earned and given by the commitment that you've already made before.
It was like a weight off my shoulders. Like you said, it's not just going to be an easy sign back every time. You always go had that wonder on your back, like, am I wanted? And once I got that phone call, it's nice to be known that you're wanted. So I was happy to get that phone call. Like I said, Omaha is home, unfinished business. Like I'm ready to get to work. Coach Negron, he followed me on social media. He's seen what I've been doing. I'm ready to get to work. It's that time, okay, DuB.
Well, and let me make sure, in the subject of him being wanted, I will say one of your biggest fans is our owner, Ricky Burtz. He was adamant, hey, this is a guy when I first came there, this is a guy we're going to want. And man, I hate that I'm going to admit this publicly, but yes, Ricky, you were right. He's a superstar, and I can't thank you enough for that recommendation. Don't sleep on Ricky Burtz's knowledge.
Shout out Ricky Burtz.
Shout out to Ricky Burtz.
As I throw him up on the screen,
he knows you are wanted, man. Not only again as a player, but as a person. You represent everything that's right about our organization. So thank you.
Dev, when it comes to you outside the game, what should people understand what it takes to be a indoor league player, both on and off the field? I think sometimes those are the overshadowing. They see the limelight, they see the touchdowns, they see all that, but they don't understand, one, the hard work, but also you've got to have things outside to keep you and your family continuing to grow. Like you said, you had kids at a younger age, and your importance is always to do what's best for the family.
Like you said, it's about hard work and dedication. Obviously, in this indoor league, we're not getting paid like the big leagues, but we have to work still and go to work. And for me, what I do, I substitute teach and coach, because for me, I want to give back to the kids. I feel like that's my goal in life, to give back to the kids and coach football. I love football. That's something I want to be around. So when I'm not in season, I just work out, teach, coach, try to be around football and actually just instill some teaching points in these kids and help them not only on the field, but off the field too, because we're trying to build men, not only just athletes. So that's what I do, and try to keep myself into the game, because like I said, this indoor thing, not easy to keep chasing, but I do it for a reason. Like you said, I got children, so I'm trying to chase them big bucks until I can't no more. As long as I got my stuff set up for my plan B, I'm gonna keep chasing that plan A.
You talked about coaching. Where does that drive come for yourself, and how do you think that's made you a better player?
I'm gonna be honest. So I started minoring in coaching about my sophomore year of college, but about my senior year at NDC, I had a coach, Coach Germany. He really was like the best receiver coach I had. He's at Baylor right now, but he definitely kind of instilled the receiver aspect of the coaching part in me, just wanting to do that. But I also want to thank Mickey Mental, my head coach at NDC. He definitely got me into the football aspect, like into the film, the X's and O's and all that stuff. So that's really where the coaching came from. Shout out to NDC, RIP NDC too. My school got shut down, but yeah.
When you look at just the impact of what football has done on your life, what do you think is the number one thing that you've taken from the game? I've talked to multiple people, and I think what sometimes people forget is what the game teaches you about being a man. I think you said a little bit about it, but how has that taught you to be a man, and what's some of the things that you're looking to not only pass down to your family, but of course these athletes who think that they could just go out and get what they want instead of having to work for what they want? I think this day and age, you have to make that a very strong point with them.
It's taught me a lot. It's taught me how to beat adversity and face adversity. A big quote that not a quote, but a saying that I learned from my head coach at Ohio Dominican, Kelly Cummins, was E plus R equals O. That's event plus response equals the outcome. So with every event you have, however you respond, that's going to equal the outcome. So that's how I look at it, whether in life, on the field, on the court, anything, whatever happens, you got to respond a certain way. And the way you respond is going to dictate your outcome.
You know, Coach, you got Dev coming back to the receiving core. What's the number one thing he really adds to you, but also could help out those who are continuing to grow in your wide receiver room?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing is a lot of what he talked about a little bit earlier when the team was transitioning from one play caller to another. Dev already knows my playbook. Of course, Coach Kane is going to come in and bring a little bit of his flavor to it. But the premise of what we're trying to accomplish from a play perspective is the same. He's going to help translate that to the new guys, right? Look, football's football. The way I do things is the way I do things. What you want is guys on the field that can be not only leaders in the way they play, but coaches on the field. And he'll do that. Him, Jervi Flowers, who we're bringing in, Carell, obviously, Brentley's coming back off an injury. We got this young kid, Cam Alves, that's, going to make a mark on the league. And then, of course, we just signed Joshua Neal, who played in Beaumont last year.
He's watching.
He's watching. All these guys together, I hope are going to follow Dev's lead in the way they practice, the way they're playing games, and the way they translate the playbook. And I think what he just said, I'm probably going to steal that E plus R equals O. Look, we're going to encounter adversity throughout the season. A championship isn't made easy, right? So there's going to be moments where these guys are going to need to turn to somebody in that receiver room, and the guy on the screen is who they turn to.
Dev, of course, you brought up the team moms. You brought up, what is it that you get to do in Omaha that really makes it important? What's some of the stuff that's outside?
We're going to go eat. That's what we're going to do.
Number one is definitely eat. Eat's definitely number one. But also the zoo. They got to go see the zoo. It's ranked number 2, but I think Omaha Zoo is number 1 in my book. I've been to San Diego. I don't think that's number 1. I got Omaha over San Diego. So it's definitely some fun stuff to do in Omaha. Got to go check out the College World Series around that time. I try to tell a lot of people it's a fun place. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're in Omaha. What's out there?" It's a fun place out there. I'm telling you.
What is Dev's number one go-to when you're looking to get away from the game? What's your go-to thing that maybe someone doesn't know about? I know we've talked to former players that have done. I mean, there's some that actually partake in social media like we do, whether it's making clips, making videos. What's Dev's thing to do?
I play basketball. I hope.
I love that he brought this up. I love that he brought this up. So my son's 18, about to be 19 here tomorrow. Wow, man, yeah. 19, my youngest one.
Happy birthday.
He goes, "Hey, Dad." I go, "What's up?" He goes, "There's some beef players here with beef gear on." I'm like, "Nah, there isn't." He's like, "Yeah, there is." Now, I have to say there were some that admitted that they were not good at basketball. They said that they were not good because my son made it real straight and clear. Dev's team, which I think was also with Coach Gregory at the time, they did not only run the table, they went undefeated. Then I think maybe it was John Adams' team. Yeah. Maybe it wasn't so good. So when I saw John, I'm like, okay, my son, I'm going to see if John is real about this. I said, "John," which is another re-signed player. I said, "Hey, how's your basketball game, man? I heard about it." And he goes, "Not so good, K-Dub, not so good. But Devin then went undefeated. Devin then won." So I appreciate, that just added to the sauce out there for the Omaha Beef being amongst the community.
Yes.
They're at it was an off week, so don't ever anybody get all up in your britches. It was an off week.
Yeah, John, because John had a couple dubs. John and Coach Gregory caught one dub one time. They caught some dubs. So.
But what I love is the fact that, one, they're wearing the gear when they're out there.
Yep.
They know that they're always eyes on. So, of course, this is just it was a bunch of former current college players that just came back. They went out to this church, Calvary, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Shout
Calvary.
out to Pastor Ryan. Just had a birthday.
Hey, and those things are important because those are the things that people don't see outside of the game. They don't see what these athletes need for mental, physical, and just being a part of the community, and so Dev, I want to give a shout out because, my son just did nothing but talked and praised about how you guys represented the team, not just on the field, but when you do it out at a basketball court where it can get heated real quick. It's a pickup game. No matter if you're in a church or not, it could get heated.
That's right.
So, but we're, of course, want to get out of here soon. And what we'll do is we'll open it up to any fans that are watching. If you have a question for Dev, we'll go ahead and throw it up on the screen and make sure that your question gets asked. Maybe get some swag away if it's good enough.
We can do that. We could do that. I got to make sure I do a couple things. So one, and I'll do this with Devon. My daughter Olivia turned 12 today. If I don't say happy birthday, I'm going to be excommunicated as a father.
Happy birthday, Olivia.
Yes.
And also we already said happy birthday. Pastor Ryan just had a birthday. So shout out to Pastor Ryan and Calvary Church. Couldn't do it without him. Can't do this without God, right? Shout out to Derek Curtis too. He's always working hard. We appreciate you, D. I'm looking to see if I see any questions. Make sure I don't miss anything. Right? Yeah. So
no, good shout outs. Any questions? Those that are watching, we got quite a few good old bunch here, especially with the best part. We had the Prime Dancers, the Rump Roasters, and now the player. Dev, when you look into your 2026 season, what are you looking to accomplish, and what's some of the goals that you have to set personally in order to help your team as a team?
That's a good. Did you just think that up?
No, man, it was on there. You didn't see it?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, right. There you go.
We're looking to build a team camaraderie, a lot of new faces next year. So definitely just looking to build as a team with some new guys and see how deep, honestly, our friendship can become. Because honestly, every year I meet somebody who becomes a lifelong friend and who I still talk to each year. So that, and also personal goals. See, I'm not a real statistic guy on the personal goals because I just like to get mine when it comes like to maximize my opportunities. But a goal of mine is to just make every play that come to me, maximize my opportunity, and hopefully I do what I need to do to help my team win that game. So that's really it. I don't really have no personal goals on the field, man. I have nothing to prove to myself. I know what time it is. I know what I gotta go out there and do. So yeah.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm glad that you didn't go into stats because that for sure is not what I'm ever asking. I've never, it would be different if we came out the show and said, look at what Dev's done. No, we talking about the growth in the person. So I appreciate that answer. We're gonna go ahead and throw out another question on there. JK Personal Touch, one of your faves. It says, Dev, are you ready to smile for the camera?
I'm always ready to smile. Shout out JK. They do a great job.
And then Shannon Hell says, Bestie says hi, hurry up to Omaha. They're looking to take you to the zoo. What do you love about Omaha? You've talked about different things, but the zoo is something that I've lived here long enough. I don't go to enough, but when you come into town, people look to take people to the zoo.
The zoo is one of my favorite trips ever. Like every state I visit, I have to go to the zoo. The Cleveland Zoo is not that crazy. I done been there too many times, but Omaha Zoo, Shannon, I definitely, when I get back, I promise this year, me and Paisley, we will go to the zoo. I promise.
You've heard it here first, and it's live on everything.
This is a good question from Jennifer
I know.
Davis.
We're going to throw it up there.
One?
Yeah. We're going to throw up last question here and get out of here. But Jennifer Davis, thank you very much. Ooh, Ricky. Ricky chimed in right at the end.
I saw it.
Okay, hold on. Before we
Go
get
back to Jennifer.
Hold on. We're going to get Jennifer, but Ricky puts out there, Dev, CP and I are waiting on our money from Spades. Come on, man. Be honest. Pay the man.
This was on the bus,
Spades
right? This
on
was
the bus.
Spades on the bus.
We was supposed to play again. Hey, Ricky a cheater. Ricky,
You heard it live.
You heard it live. Cheating.
There's a fine.
oh man, hey,
man.
CP and Rick, I got you when I get back.
Yeah, we remember that. Write that down. So far, we got him written down for the zoo.
Yes.
We got him written down for paying up for Spades because he got his butt whooped.
They are competitive with this Spades. This is a whole
See,
different
I'm a
thing.
dominoes. If I'm gonna play something, I'm gonna play some bones. Let's throw some bones, but that is harder on a bus compared to Spades.
Oh no, they had a whole setup in the back of the bus playing cards, man.
We'll throw out Jennifer Davis's question out there. It says, "What would you say to a young male that wants to be a famous football player?" Good question.
Shout out Jennifer Davis. That's the prize.
Great.
We'll
That's a
get
great
offline.
That's a great question. Well, I would say first and foremost, it starts off by being a student athlete. In order to be a famous football player, you got to go to college. So in order to get in college, you got to have an education. So take education serious. That's first and foremost. Then as an athlete, if you want to be great and you want to be a professional athlete, you got to put in the work like a professional athlete. So every day you don't feel like doing it, you got to do it, because at the end of the day, it's guys that's doing it every day, and it's guys that's going to jump you and go take your spot. So whether you really want it or not, it's going to dictate your work ethic. So as long as you really want to get there, just instill that in your head and instill that in your brain, and actually go to work every day and get up and actually want to be great. Strive for greatness.
Live with a purpose. If that doesn't say it right there,
Right
I don't
there.
know what else does.
Yeah.
Last part here. Someone asked, "What is your favorite part of the zoo?"
Or like the alligator crocodile. Like when you walk in there, it's all dark and like little red lights. And you walk. Look. You see, I'm explaining. I really love you. Walk over the bridge and you walking over the bridge.
What does this
right
dude do
under
in
you.
Florida though? Like with the alligators, he probably ain't alligator. Do you take?
I stay away from the Everglades when I get to Florida. I'm on the beach.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that either.
I'm on
with
Miami
them
Beach
that
when
one.
I'm in Florida now.
All right, hold on. You know, we asked the question before whether it was, we did the 100 men versus one gorilla, and,
Right.
and that answer was, this dude, Glorilla.
Yeah.
But anyways, one dev versus an alligator, who would win, and how would that tussle go?
I mean, if it's catching footballs, Dev's got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a
Well,
given.
that's why you bagging on the alligator, man. They got them short arms,
No,
bro.
man.
Come on, man.
No. If that's what Dev catches the ball with.
Dev, if you could
with his
wrestle
hands.
an alligator, would you do it if they couldn't have a chance to bite you? Would you wrestle one?
Oh, 100%. I honestly feel like if you don't tape his mouth, I feel like I could get the mouth tape. I follow a couple guys on social media. I've been watching videos, coaching the ground. Look, all you got to do is take his back. Once you take his back,
The show is officially off the rails.
Ricky and Coach Negron said, please wait until your football
Yep.
season and football career is over before you attempt those crazy, as we do not
man.
promote going and tackling alligators. But
no,
man,
Lord,
what a show.
Great job.
I told you it was packed full. We
Yeah.
had a bunch, with a little bit of errors. I'm extremely sorry, but you know what? We can't do this without you guys, without our sponsors. Of course,
Shout out to 42 Degrees. This week, I think they announced their sweepstakes, right?
Yeah,
$25,000, right?
Make sure
You
to
can
check
win.
out our page.
Yeah, make sure you check that out. And of course, Penn Steel Manufacturing, our other backdrop sponsor, shout out to them. So all our partners have been fantastic, and the partnership portfolio keeps growing with companies that support our team, that support athletes like that. We couldn't be more thankful.
Well, once again, that's another Beef Prime Time Beef Huddle, and we appreciate you joining. And we will see when the next one is. It's normally Thursdays at 7 p.m. It's kind of come and go during the off season. So we appreciate you kind of following with that. When we announce it, you guys are coming out, watching, and giving us a fun time with whether it's athletes or our people who are just a part of the organization. Make sure to check them out on all of our social medias. The Omaha Beef Prime Dancers, their tryouts, the Omaha Beef tryouts. Coach is really looking for that next athlete to be part of what? The Omaha Beef, and we'll see you later.
All
Go
right.
Beef!
Go Beef.
Go
Thank you, Dev.
Yeah.
The standard standard. It's the standard. We set the standard.